Hello, it's Chris and Derek's from Penny's Hot Rods. We're back on the Studebaker truck. We're doing the very exciting stuff, seam sealing all the welds, all the joints, make the cab a little air watertight. I've been gooping up as you can see, gooping up where we put new cab corners in, so that takes quite a bit. Then Derek's been, as you can see, drippings. You can go over to the firewall side. Derek's painted the firewall. We just brushing on just pour 15. It's a good sealer. And if it gets dirty or anything, we can just fog it black later, just with a spray can. But this will prevent it from rusting, and then we're also going to do the floor and underneath the dash with the same stuff. Just brush it on, basically the inside of the cab. We'll do that the same thing. It doesn't have to be sprayed on. It's not. The floor is going to be covered with carpet and other crap, and then this you will barely see, so it's just a good rust protective. And then we still have to we'll jack it up and then do the floor, the bottom of the floor. And yeah, so we're getting crap done. Before we did this, Derek welded up all the holes. I'm seam sealing everything, so nothing gets fumes, because we're going to leave this open just for ease of access to get to the gauges and the windshield wiper and everything else. We thought about covering it like a lot of people do, but then you got to worry about all the wiring and all that crap, so we decided we'll leave it open. Just like a stock almost truck. So, and Derek's also been working on the doors a bit. Still got a little bit more bond to work, but we're getting close to actually being able to prime this.
I'm hoping soon.
Yeah, probably a few more days and of body work, and we should be able to spray it in a good sealer and high build the crap out of it. And
would like to see painting in about a month or so, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, but yeah, on vacation now, so this is what we're doing. on my Christmas vacation. So this is what I do on every Christmas vacation since, I don't know, probably 12 years now.
Yeah,
working on painting cars.
I was even trying to get him to paint cars on New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
that's hard to do.
Yeah, everything, it's all painted under here, and yeah, so getting crap done, getting the dirty work done. Say, like, if this gets oversprayed on it, don't really care. It's gonna get oversprayed with primer and crap from here, but we'll mask it off as best we can. But we can just fog it with a rattle can black, and it'll be perfectly good as new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting stuff done, getting to the I wouldn't say clean part, because as you can see, my fingers are sticking together. But
no more progress.
Yeah, more progress. Less mechanical, less making shit work, and the only brackets I have to make is like for a couple switches and underneath, and I'll start wiring this thing probably shortly after we get it primed. Start putting together a wiring harness. I'll be making that myself. I've done it before, so saves a few bucks, and we have old style cloth wiring we like to use, so makes it look old-timeish. But yeah, we'll get continue painting the floor and gooping myself, but hopefully we'll show you some progress in a little bit. Hello, back here again. Derek's underneath there, seam sealing the seams on the cab corner. Getting ready. He's gonna paint. The underside with the same pour 15 as that. And we did trip over cords. The floor has been all painted. Under the dash has been painted. Haven't done this yet because we just have to do some sanding here still. But and we're just gonna fog this black. Same with the. I started doing it already here. It's just gonna be fog black. In there, we just seam sealed it and brushed it with pour 15. So what I'm doing now is going to make a glove box, and I've cut a square chunk out already. So it's gonna like that. This is gonna be the top and then the back, and I'm just going to come out just under here, bend it so it comes on an angle and rise right about there, and then I'll make a side. This will be the inside floor. We'll just put a little carpet in there or something to deaden the sound. And seams well, or we'll do some spot welds on there. Yeah, and seam seal it, and yeah, so I just gotta bend this. We don't have a brake here since it's at Corey's, so I'm just gonna do it the old manual way with bending and clamping it to a piece of steel or wood and hammering it over. Exciting stuff. Derek's done 1 can of seam sealer.
Empty.
Use it all up.
Where is it on?
The other one is somewhere there. Using the air caulking gun.
It's actually not bad. I'm actually liking it.
Yeah, because it's got the little dial, so you can dial how quickly it comes out, and plus we couldn't find the manual one.
No. They're not cheap, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's just hard to find shit in here. Yeah, but so I cut that out, so I'm just gonna make my mark where I want to bend it, and then I got to make a little lip here for spot welds, lip in here for spot welds, and then side, and spot weld it all together, seam seal it. Okay, this is my makeshift cheap man's brake here. I already bent this lip. It's just a 3/4 inch. I just bent it over a piece of angle iron and hammered it. But this one, I want to bend this down at least a 45-degree angle, probably a little bit more. And being it's in the middle, it's hard to clamp. So basically, I clamped it. I got a piece of angle iron here, so I clamped this part, so that's going to be stationary. Then I clamped another piece of angle iron, which is going to be used as my bending point. So hopefully, I could have used a little bit more clamps, but we're dealing with what we can. So I'm just going to try to bend this. What's it hitting? I think I gotta adjust my clamp here. Okay. Probably have to bend it some more, but with my jig like this, I don't know if I will, so.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. There, we'll try that. I didn't need it to hold 90 degrees, so test it on the truck and see what it looks like. I got to make a lip on this end too. I got to bend it all the way over, so but that'll be the easy one. Gotta make do with what we have right now. So that's gonna be the top. So we're just gonna, I'm basically gonna put holes in there and plug weld that. And then, as I said, yeah, this has got to be bent in because it's gonna sit right about there. And then have a lip going in, and then we'll plug weld it from the inside. So that's almost
Damn close.
almost a perfect. I can.
Yeah. I'm happy
Once
with
I
that.
make this lip here, I can make that work.
Good work.
And we'll just put a side on it and side on it and
Another thing done.
done. Okay, almost done the glove box. So that's the top side. Did a little couple bends, did a couple of relieve cuts. I made one side. That's going to go like there and get spot welded. And I got a couple spot weld placed there and also there. So we'll. I haven't made the second part yet, or this part. It'll basically go like that. That'll all get spot welded, seam sealed. We could spot weld inside, if you can see in there. Then the ones on the bottom have to go through the glove box and spot weld. I don't know if you can see in there, but that will get spot welded to here. And then that'll just get seam sealed around there. Yeah, but what I'm gonna get Derek to do is, before I make that side, I wanna stabilize this bend basically. So I'm gonna get him to, I'll hold it here and I'll get him to tack weld some of the spots just to hold it in place. And then I know exactly what the other side's gonna look like, because it's not gonna be identical.
And we did check the wiper arm works.
Yeah.
So we have.
That was, we're gonna use the factory vacuum wipers. So we're gonna rebuild that, and just for, I don't know, just because we have it. So that fits. So we'll get the welder hooked up and we'll spot weld that in. Okay, so I just held it in on the car, or the truck I should say, and Derek just quickly tack welded there just to stabilize it. Now he's just gonna do all the other spot welds on that side that we can do right now. Good enough. If there's any little holes, we can touch it up later. But now that that's all stabilized, I can put it in, put it out, put it in, put it out, and
Yep.
test fit the other piece and get the right measurements, because I rough cut it. Yeah, there's the rough cut piece, and that will go something like that in there, whatever.
Whatever angle.
Yep. Now I can fidget it with that. And Derek's been busy sanding, bondoing the back here. He just finished.
Almost done the back.
Yeah. Sanded it and put more Bondo on it. The final Bondo, we figured. And then, yeah, this. But the doors aren't too bad. We're hoping within a week of our time, we'll get some primer on this thing. Okay, we've made progress off camera. You can see we got a glove box. It's all nice and painted, all nice and seam sealed. Still a little tacky in places, but it's been welded in, spot welded in. And I seam sealed it on the outside here, the edge end, just to cover the gap. There's a little bit of the gap, so it's seam sealed there, and then inside it's gonna be hard to see because I painted it black. But yeah, that will work perfectly. We're just gonna put a like either a piece of carpet or just just a thin rubber mat in there, just like a toolbox mat probably. That would work in there. Put that in there and call it good. It's good enough. Derek has a little toolbox. It's just got a little socket set in it, and it fits in there perfectly. So, because there's no storage space on here, not even for a jack, we're gonna have to make that underneath the dash too, because you can't store anything in the cab corners. There's nothing, like you could, but you're risking denting the outside when you turn corners, and the seat doesn't fold, so you can't put stuff behind the seats. So yeah, so toolbox is going to go in there along with registration papers, and that's about it. And we've got this door we have to fix and get rid of this farmer fixed handle, but that shouldn't be an issue. Worked out fairly good. These are a strange truck having this all open, and like I said before, most guys cover it, but then we got to do some wiring. Then you have to do all the wiring inside, and then put the gauge in. Then you have to put all your switches in here beforehand, or you have to make this so it's removable. And with the wiper motor here, it was going to be a very big pain in the ass. You would have to go around or behind the wiper motor. It would look not good. So we decided leaving it open, seam sealing the crap out of it so no fumes get in the cab. Yeah, so Derek's painted the bottom. Everything's seam sealed. He's even well, it's hard to see, but this is all done, and the top here is done. So he just has to work on both doors. Yeah, so that's all rough done. A little bit work down here, but the cab corners have to be sanded, and the two doors, and then we'll be ready for primer, which is probably going to be happening sooner than later, I'm thinking. So yeah, if you like this, always subscribe and comment whatever you want, and check out Frank's garage. He's also doing one of these, I think, in a few of his videos. He's doing a Studebaker truck, so check out him.
He will be doing.
He will be?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, he hasn't started. Okay. So he has one coming up in the future, so check him out. So we'll see you on the next one.